What's going on, guys? It's your boy PokePond back with another video for you. You know we're here as always doing some price analysis on some sealed product, looking at what's been rising over the last week or so, and I've also got a little bit of news for you about some new sets coming. Let's get into it. Okay, so it looks like over the next 2 months Japan's going to get two new sets. They're going to get, in this month, March, Crimson Haze, and then in April they're going to get Mask of Change, and then they're going to come together to form the English set that we're going to get in May, which is probably going to be Twilight Masquerade. So that's going to be the new set coming out in May for EU and NA regions. We don't know much about these sets at the moment, other than they've unveiled two new EXs that are going to be in there. There's going to be a Greninja and an Ogopon, and we're also going to get an Eevee illustration rare as well. It's unclear how this illustration rare is going to be. Maybe it's going to be a part of the main set, or maybe it's going to be a promo in a product. We're not quite sure yet. Just because it comes out in like a mainline set in Japan doesn't necessarily mean it won't be a promo in our sets. So we'll have to wait and see. If I get any more information on that, I'll keep you guys updated. Some more news, big news. They teased a trailer for Pokemon Legends ZA or ZA, depending on where you're based, how you want to say it. It's going to be a new game. There's not much given away in the trailer other than it's been teased as being a Switch game. And yeah, looks quite cool. It doesn't really give much away. The video's up on YouTube if you want to see it. It just sort of shows some Pokemon and, you know, people catching Pokemon and stuff like that, and then a pretty big city as well. So I mean, it kind of looks like it's going to be a sort of another open world sort of free roam Pokemon catching game. Not really sure, don't have much details on that, but I'll keep you updated as always if I hear anything. This is all positive stuff for the Pokemon hobby though. It always gets more people more interested. This is one thing that the Pokemon company is amazing at, is just continuing to like draw more new people into the hobby and bring older people back. They're just constantly releasing new products and IPs, and they're just so good at just like maintaining and bringing in new interest into the hobby. That's one of the reasons why sealed investing works so well, because the Pokemon company just does so well at captivating audiences. Another bit of news here. So interestingly, eBay released some figures for some stats for 2023, which I thought are quite interesting and kind of apply to the investment space that we're all a part of. Some pretty interesting facts. So they said in 2023, last year, Pokemon items were searched for more than 400 times a minute globally on average. That's actually quite crazy, because I would imagine this kind of figure for maybe like EU and NA, 400 times a minute. But the fact that that was the average like globally just shows like how big the hobby is on a global scale. Really positive thing to see for the hobby. Everything's alive and strong last year. 2023, the most searched for Pokemon characters were Charizard. I mean, no surprise there. Followed by Pikachu and then Mew. Yeah, no surprises there really. Charizard is the king and has been for a long time. Top 3 most expensive Pokemon items sold on eBay. Obviously, we got the PSA 10 Gem Mint Shadowless Charizard. That's not surprising, the first edition. And then a couple of like test print Charizard cards as well, which is quite interesting. And then it talks about the Van Gogh Pikachu cards. When that came out, Pikachu Van Gogh was searched nearly 40,000 times per day on average. Not surprising at all. There was so much hype around this card. People were flipping them, trying to grade them, and there was just mass hysteria over them. You're too late to the party if that's what you want to do now. I do not recommend that as an investment strategy. They have been confirmed to be more widely released Now you can get your hands on them for much cheaper. They're under $100 now, and the price is rapidly falling as there's more supply around and less demand for people to have them. This is a bit of a weird stat that they said at the bottom. Pokemon 151 searches increased nearly 11,000% in January 2024 compared to January 2023. Well, that's not surprising because Pokemon 151 didn't come out until September 2023, so in English, so there's no surprise that there won't have been many sets of it, many searches of it, almost 7-8 months before then. So that's a bit of a weird stat for them to throw in. However, it got me thinking, why don't we do a breakdown and analysis and a bit more of a deep dive on Pokemon 151 pricing at the moment, because I think that 151 is probably one of the best sets out at the moment that you can still kind of get your hands on for a reasonable price in English, and I do think it's going to do well. We've been keeping a little eye on the booster bundles. I'm over here on UK eBay. These are slowly creeping up in price. So we're on lowest price and package. That's an auction, so ignore that. So these are buy it nows. Cheapest one now, $33.99. This is slowly creeping up. Last week you could pick these up for around about 31. You know, £2-3 difference doesn't seem like much, but that's actually a 10% rise in the last 7 days. These are slowly starting to creep up. These are getting swallowed up. This is probably still the best play on Pokemon 151 English at the moment. If you can pick up the booster bundles, it's probably the best cost to pack ratio for a long-term investment. I do recommend that if you want to get involved into 151, you buy this product. Yeah, slowly creeping up in price. There's not many of them as well. $33.99, the cheapest with free postage, and that's the last one available. And then it jumps to $34. I mean, that's only an extra penny, but then it's another whole pound up to the next auction. Slowly creeping up there, guys. These are starting to get swallowed up. I wouldn't even be surprised if we look back in 3 to 6 months time and the cheapest you can get these is £40-45, you know. So if you're willing to hold these for a couple of years, I think these are going to be really good. Let's look at the other 151 products that might be a good investment. Elite Trainer Box, the normal version, not the Pokemon Center version. Cheapest on eBay now, £50. And then it starts creeping up in price as well. There's one there for $51.29 with postage. Quick maths right there. And then the next one is buy it now, 70. And then 56, 57, 57.28. Sorry, it's early in the morning. The coffee's not kicked in yet. Trying to add together 99s is not going well in my head. But what I'm saying is there's not much supply of these available on eBay for sale at the moment. And yeah, slowly creeping up in price. We're around about £50 at the moment. Pokemon Center version as well is creeping up. Cheapest you can buy these at the moment. These are the cheapest. $115 with $3.29 postage. Slowly creeping up, these Pokemon Center ones, and then the next one is quite a jump to $130. $135. Do you see what I mean? Like, once a couple of these have been bought out, we're already at the $140 mark on these Pokemon Center versions. Let's have a look at sales data for these Pokemon ones. Look, they're selling $125. Sold yesterday. Yeah, $125 with a bit of postage on top as well. So these are slowly creeping up in price. Someone's making a play on this one. 2 of them sealed for $220. Not bad, but like I said, if you really want to get in on these, I know the Pokemon Center ETBs are quite exclusive. However, just go for cost to pack ratio. That's what people are going to care about in the future. I mean, yes, collectors are going to want the Pokemon Center versions, but if you want a safer bet, there's more people that are going to be going after these because they're going to be at a lower price point, especially if people want to rip them. If people buy the Pokemon Center version of the ETBs in the future, they're probably not going to rip it. They're probably just going to keep it sealed. But these will have a higher audience of people to buy because people are going to buy these to rip because it's probably going to be the cheapest way for them to get their hands on packs. So yeah, big fan of 151. I'd say that, you know, people are starting to make their plays on it. If they haven't already now, this is one of the last opportunities to get in on the booster bundles before the price starts creeping up. as you can see here, 35 on these. You know, you can still pick these up for 33, 34 pounds. It's not a bad play. I know it's not as cheap as it was. I picked a load of these up on pre-order for 25 just before release. So that's what these people are. These people are getting out and flipping them now. They're not willing to hold them on the long term. Hey, you know, let them take their £10 profit. Let them take their £13 profit after they've done shipping and fees and stuff like that. They're making a couple of pound maximum. Let them take their small profit. This has still got room to grow. You know, if you're willing to put this away for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, hey, put it away for 5 year, 10 year. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee on that. Let's look at some other moves. Usually I do an analysis on like all booster box movements, but today we're doing something a little bit different. We're just looking at the stuff that has gained some significant value over the last week, some interesting products. Lost Origin is on a bit of a tear this last week. No surprise there. We've been covering that quite a lot. So 7 days ago, we're about the $144 mark. You can see here they're going for 160 now on TCG Player. That is quite a significant increase. That is a 144 to 160. That is a 10% rise in the last 7 days. That's quite impressive from Lost Origin. We're going to keep an eye on this over the next couple of weeks. Lost Origin is a great set. You've obviously got the big boy Giratina in there that everyone wants as well. Big chase card that's hard to pull. We know Evolved Skies is going to be on a tear. It continues to go vertical on the charts. Look at this progress. Even just over the last month, it continues to go. 3-month progress. There's only one direction this chart's going in. 6-month chart. Look at this. We're just starting to go vertical. 1 year chart. It's only going in one direction. The Evolving Skies. It's a beast. It's on a tear. I've said to you guys all day long, this is easily a 2k box within a couple of years, maybe a 1k box very soon by the looks of things. It's on the absolute tear. I know it's a lot and a big price point to get into, but it is the set of the decade at the moment. It would take a lot to beat this set. I think there's still a lot of room for it to grow even at this high price point. If you've got the money and you think it's a good play, then go for it. Just bear in mind that for this product to double in price, for you to make a 100% profit, it's got to raise $552. Okay, that's a lot of room. Lost Origin, for it to rise, for you to make 100% profit on that, it only needs to rise $146. So, I mean, yes, Evolving Skies is a more popular set, but it's got a lot of more room that it has to go up in price for you to see percentage gains. And that's something to bear in mind. But it is the most hyped set ever. I'd say it's still a good play. I'd say, you know, it's not too late. It's basically never too late to get into Evolving Skies. I think this price point is going to continue to grow, I think. Obsidian Flames. Wanted to talk to everyone about Obsidian Flames. Noticed that it is actually on the 3-month chart not looking too bad. We're still well below retail. You can get a really good bargain on this, and although we're not seeing massive gains on it week to week, so last week is about there, 103, they're now going for 108. I know that doesn't sound like a big increase, but that's actually a 5% jump in the last week, and you know, it's just so cheap and it's a good set. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Obsidian Flames. Whenever I mention Obsidian Flames, I usually get some comments down below. I encourage this, by the way. If you have a differing opinion to me, comment down below. We'll have a discussion about it, why you think that, because it's just healthy for us to get different viewpoints and discuss it. Someone was trying to say to me in my comment section the other day, you know, oh, you know, you shouldn't be recommended Obsidian Flames. It's not a great set. It's just got a Charizard chase, and you know, it's quite a small set. It's not going to do that well. I think you've got another Darkness Ablaze on your hands. Now, that's a fair comment, but I would just like to draw people's attention to what's going on with Darkness Ablaze at the moment. Darkness Ablaze was stagnant for the longest amount of time. However, look at the chart. And they're not making any more Darkness Ablaze. I'm telling you, Darkness Ablaze isn't a bad play. If Obsidian Flames is going to be another Darkness Ablaze, I'd still quite happily invest in it while it's this price. It's below retail. It's a good set. I think it's a good play. Yeah, let's have a look at Darkness Ablaze. So look at these charts. 3 months. What direction is this chart going in? It's only going in one direction, and you know it's not going to get reprinted. I'd say the chances of Darkness Ablaze booster boxes getting reprinted at this point are probably about a 3% chance. Like, it's so unlikely that it's going to get reprinted at this stage in its product cycle, especially where you've got so many other products that have come out since then as well. 1 month chart. Look at this. We're starting to take off, guys. It looks even better. Let's see. So last week we were about here on the chart. 150. Starting to go for 160 now. It's starting to creep. $10 increase. That is, what, 6-ish% rise in the last 7 days. Darkness Ablaze is starting to go, guys. And I'm telling you, they're not making any more of it. Anyway, guys, a little bit of a shorter video for you today, but I just wanted to mainly talk about Pokemon 151 and Darkness Ablaze, because it's quite shocking that it's starting to take off now. It's been a long time coming. I've got a lot of it in my collection. I'm glad to see it starting to go up there in price. Believe the hype. Darkness Ablaze. Comment down below what you think about it. Make sure you guys subscribe. I will always keep you up to date with any news about new sets, new products, stuff like that. And you know I'm going to be price charting booster boxes, sealed, all this other sealed product. I'm going to let you know my opinions, what I think are good plays. Subscribe so you never miss an opportunity. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.